All units vicinity 8th and Grand respond to reported disturbance in Paradise Massage. This is Lieutenant Fine, on my way.
I say it was boss.
Bert, are you crazy? What the hell are you doing?
I had to. He came in here drunk, slapping and pushing the girls around. I pulled a gun.
You didn't have to kill him.
I had to defend myself.
Stupid fool. Who's going to care about you?
I care. You fix it, Doc, right? Fix it. That's what I pay you for.
I can't fix murder, Bert.
Well, you better. I mean it! Because if I go down, you go down. If I fall, you fall.
Lieutenant Fine, Vice Division.
It's okay. What happened?
When I came here, she was on the floor. This one put a slug in that one. When he turned on me, I had to waste him.
She's alive. Get an ambulance. Maybe she'll be able to tell us what happened.
Yeah, maybe.
This one's for your old boss, Angels, Police Chief Fenton.
Chief Fenton? Isn't he the one who detested the idea of Police Academy rookies' feminine gender?
Mm-hmm. Another bastion of chauvinism crumbles, Sabrina.
What a lovely sound. Why does the chief want our help, Charlie?
He needs someone from outside the department, Jill.
Maybe he's having trouble inside the department, Charlie?
Yes, in the Vice Division.
Would this have to do with all the publicity the massage parlors have been getting?
Exactly. Yesterday, there was a shooting at one, the Paradise. 2 men were killed. One of the girl employees was seriously injured.
I read about that. Is it true that a lot of those places are a cover for prostitution, Charlie?
Possibly. The point is, every time Vice pulls a raid, they come up empty.
So someone's tipping someone.
Either that, or those girls have really started giving massages.
No, I don't think so, Charlie.
Sabrina, Bosley has arranged for you to go into the Vice Division as a visiting advisor.
From where?
The Phoenix Police Department. There's your cover story.
Thank you.
Kelly, I suggest you see what you can learn from the girls who worked at the Paradise. Meanwhile, I'll pull some strings at City Hall, set Bosley and Jill up as the Paradise's new management.
Uh-huh. Running a massage parlor. Now, that's one fantasy I've never considered.
Don't lose your head, Bosley. Charlie, what's that clinking sound?
Just another bastion of chauvinism crumbling, Kelly. Good luck, Angels.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that would be okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, well, whatever you say. Well, yeah, okay. Bye-bye. Hello.
I see you're all moved in.
Well, yeah, I got my nameplate, I got my badge. Just point me to the bed, guys.
Well, we were hoping you could point us. We keep missing them. Sabrina Duncan, Howard Fine.
How do you do?
Sabrina, you'll be working as Lieutenant Fine's assistant. He's in charge of this section.
All right.
Rogers tells me you've been working in the Phoenix area.
Yep, 6 months of crooks and cactus.
She was working undercover. She closed down about a dozen massage parlors, worked at the DA, helped with interrogations, gathered witnesses, got prostitution convictions, the whole package.
I'm impressed.
A lot of luck.
Well, see if you can bring us some of that luck.
Sure.
I'll see you later.
Okay.
Well, how's Cowboy Bill?
Cowboy Bill? Afraid you lost me on that one, Coach.
Bill Mather, Phoenix Vice Squad.
Oh, Mather. I think he quit about a year ago, pushing pencils now.
He's a good man. I worked with him back east. He's smart to get out of ice. Remember, he told me once, years ago, you walk in the gutter long enough, you're gonna get some money.
I'll try to step lightly.
Well, we got a tip this morning that a massage parlor called Telly's opened up last week. And he might be bringing in a few hookers.
Shall we take a look?
Well, if you could wander in there and convince them you were a lady of the night.
All right. I'll need to wear something that's a little more conspicuous.
Well, there's a terrific number in wardrobe. Blue fringe pantsuit. You'll love it.
Blue fringe.
I worked there one day last month.
You don't seem familiar to us.
I don't?
She's got great hands, but I always remember her.
You remember me.
Actually, no.
Listen, I'm a little worried. The cops might find out I work for Paradise and pick me up and start asking questions. So who arranged for your bail? If I need help, who do I turn to?
Listen, we don't know who sprung us, and we don't want to know. Want some taco?
Thanks. Might ruin my trip to Tijuana.
Well, since you've got us covered downtown, Charlie, we don't want to be closed down again until we make contact. Oh, yes, Jill is slipping into her role nicely. Say, by the way, since you've been complaining of a sore back, why don't you drop down for a massage? Oh, it wasn't your back that was sore. Well, in that case, why don't you send the lady down? No. All right, well, we'll be in touch later. Charlie has arranged for us to get a business license.
What do you think?
Oh, excuse me, sir. We won't be open for about an hour. If you would care to take a walk. Unless you have a cramp or something.
I am Brezhnik.
Ah, oh, good. Good for you.
I own this building.
Oh, Brezhnik. Our new landlord. Well, nice to meet you, sir.
Not to touch, Brezhnik.
You never touch?
Brezhnik bought this to be temple, Brezhnik. Now, it's filled with pagans.
Oh, you're a man of the cloth.
Not cloth leaves. This was Brezhnik's dream. All bodies should wrap themselves in leaves. That is how it was from the beginning. In the beginning, who had clothes? Nobody. Huh? So what did they wear?
Let me guess. Leaves.
Actually, at first, tiger skins. But where are the tigers today? Nowhere!
Oh, so now you're back to leaves.
You laugh at Brezhnik? Hmm?
No, not so far.
But now my temple, violated, filled with cloth worshippers. Brezhnik is not pleased. You have my lease.
Oh, yes, of course, Mr. Brezhnik. Here we are.
Someday, all bodies will be in leaves.
Amen.
You know, actually, it's not such a bad idea, though. If we had our shirts made out of tobacco leaves, when we got tired of them, we could smoke them.
I think you already have, Bosley.
Hello?
Hello, this is Doc.
Doc. Yeah, what's happening?
That help Rogers was bringing in turns out to be a lady.
So we got no worry.
No, we got worry. Her credentials are too good to ignore.
Yeah, well, steer down some blind alleys.
I'd like to, but I can't. Rogers has her working as my assistant.
Oh, well, what do you want?
What I want is the days to go smooth as oil. I want the children to smile and the fools to keep dancing.
And when I got with her this close to me is big trouble. So here's how it goes.
She'll walk in the back door at Telly's in about an hour wearing a blue fringe pantsuit. I want it to look like an accident. And it should be quick.
As painless as possible.
Doc, I don't like it. Killing a woman.
Like you want to live well? You need one of two things. A rich daddy, which you don't have.
Or a noteworthy lack of conscience, which you do have. So you made your decisions, you tasted the wine.
Now it's time to pay your dues. So do it quick and do it right.
It's early. It's early, they don't open yet. Try the back door.
Okay. Once from there, then what?
Well, we'll take it one step at a time. Let's call this one, try operating from the inside.
Oh, all right if I get work, huh?
Very pretty girl.
Shut up. I don't like this any better than you do.
here. Blue Ford, late model, license plate JNJ322. Okay, I'll hold. Charlie is running some instant numbers through the DMV.
You only got a quick look at the license and you don't have any idea who was in the car? No, maybe it was a couple of angry fashion designers. I don't know. Then there was more than one person? Yeah.
Sounds like you were set up, Bree.
Thought crossed my mind, yeah.
Who knew you were in that alley?
Well, only Lieutenant Fine and his whole section. What about Fine? What about him? He's a good cop. He's been on the force a lot of years. Kelly, did you talk to the girls from the Paradise?
They're all out on bail and very untalkative.
What about that one who was injured, Natalie Sands?
She's in intensive care, unconscious. She got a nurse with her every minute and a cop guarding the door.
Sabrina,
Yeah, Charlie.
are you sure you got that license number correct?
Well, I think so. Why?
Because that license is registered to a man named John Barton, a cadet at the police academy.
Police Academy?
Well, that's crazy.
Charlie, are you sure?
The point is, are you sure? Did you get the right license number?
I don't know. I was pretty badly shaken, and it happened very quickly.
You know, if we make a move and it happens to be the wrong move,
we can tip our hand and blow it.
Exactly, Kelly. We can't afford to make any mistakes. We've got to be sure.
I think one of us had better, how do you say it in the service, re-up at the academy.
You always look good in that cadet uniform, Kelly.
Will you call the academy? Set up my cover for me, Charlie, and make sure I get in Barton's class.
Consider it done. And good luck, Kelly.
Say, could you give a girl some change?
Sure thing, sure.
What would you like?
I usually buy my own.
Well, now I'm buying. That's the change.
Clever fella.
Well, I wouldn't hassle you. You're too handy with that pistol. Where'd you learn to shoot like that?
My daddy's farm used to be overrun with rabbits.
Well, I'll bet there aren't many left.
You're right.
You got a name?
Kelly Garrett.
John Barton.
Ted Miller. Hi.
Hi.
Well, how'd you get into this class halfway through?
I dropped out a few years ago. Figured something better would come along. It didn't work out.
Too bad.
Oh, something will come along. Then I'll wrap it out of here.
Real dedicated type, huh?
You can't eat steak and champagne on a cop's salary.
And I'll bet you just love steak and champagne.
That's the second bet you'd have won.
Well, I know a place that serves a filet about that thick.
I know a better place. Devereaux's. Lunch is divine. But cheap it ain't.
I can handle it.
And eat peanut butter sandwiches until payday.
Well, there are paydays, and then there are, paydays.
Ah, he's really Mr. Gotbucks, right? Just plays policeman for the fun of it?
We do okay.
We it is. Have I stumbled on the Gold Dust Twins?
Well, let's just say we're about as dedicated to being cops as you are.
Here's to dedication.
Okay, Barton and Miller have money to spend, and they're not ashamed to let you know that playing cop isn't their favorite game.
So the obvious question, why are they cadets? To be a cop on the take, first you gotta become a cop.
So somebody put them in the academy so they could learn how to go down dirty.
It fits, Bree. If someone in Vice set you up to be killed, Barton and Miller could be the ones who tried to kill you.
But we can't prove it.
That's right. We've got to find out who Barton and Miller are working with in Vice. Until we've got the whole package, we've got nothing.
Maybe we got something. You know that girl, Natalie Sands?
Yeah?
Well, she's out of intensive care. And she's conscious enough to maybe answer some questions.
Okay, it's time for me to start playing cop again.
Also, Charlie pulled some strings at City Hall. So we here at the Paradise now have a license to practice that honorable and ancient art of body massage.
Terrific. Okay, you got your fish, you got your bait.
Let's just hope they nibble.
And you lucky girl, you'll get to play masseuse to the street crowd until they do.
I knew there was a rub.
Oh, you could have gone all day without saying that.
All week.
Y'all be careful.
Yeah.
It could get tough when it goes down.
Okay.
Well, welcome to Paradise, sir. May we interest you in some epidermal stimulation?
Hi.
I have a real sore back. I can hardly move.
Could you check your glasses, please?
My glasses?
House rules.
Thank you.
Come on.
I can't do much without my glasses.
Ah, pity.
I told you to take a couple of days off.
Well, I heard she was coming around. I got a little anxious. She say anything?
I just got here. You still can't remember anything about who tried to run you over?
Sorry, I guess I was just too scared.
Well, I can understand that. Doesn't look like we're going to get anything from her yet.
Oh.
Natalie? Natalie, can you hear me?
What?
Can you talk?
Where am I?
Hospital. This is Lieutenant Fine, and my name is Sabrina. We'd like to help you.
I don't feel very good.
Look, I know you don't. If you could just answer a couple of questions. What happened at the Paradise before Lieutenant Fine got there? What was going on?
I don't want to talk about it.
Look, Natalie, if you can help us, we can help you. Believe me, we want to help you. I want to help you. Is the Paradise a cover for prostitution? Natalie, please tell us.
Yes, it was.
How did you get away with it?
Doc.
Doc?
Yeah, he can fix whales at the police department, you know?
You mean he took the payoff?
No, not personally. He arranged for two men to get the money.
But if there was going to be a raid, Doc tipped you off, right?
Yeah. That's what.
Did you ever see Doc?
No. He just called him.
Did you ever see the two men?
No, I think they picked the money up in a warehouse somewhere. Please. I'm very tired. I'm very tired.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Get some sleep. Thank you. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to take over.
It's okay. Too bad we didn't get some.
Didn't get anything. What are you talking about? We found out that there's a guy in the department on the take, and they call him Doc.
But she's never seen Doc or his two friends. So really, we've got nothing.
See what you mean. Dead end, huh, Coach?
Nobody ever said it was going to be easy.
Yes, we take reservations, but she is booked up through next week. No, she wouldn't do that. I don't think she even knows what it is. I know I don't know what it is. No, not at any price. Try the free press.
She really gave me a massage.
Oh, you were expecting violins? That'll be $20.
The glasses.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Actually, you have wonderful fingers.
Oh, these old things, I've had them with me for years.
I would.
Bye-bye. Has Kelly called yet?
As a matter of fact, she's driving Barton to the restaurant in her car right now. They should be going by any minute.
How'd she maneuver him into her car?
His car developed a flat tire.
Oh, you better get to the restaurant and set it up.
Right.
That dump open again?
I thought the vice boy shut it down. Something wrong?
No, nothing. Let's go.
Okay. Looks like we're gonna have to wait a few minutes.
It's all right. You mind if I make a phone call?
No, go ahead.
Lieutenant Fine, please.
Lieutenant Fine.
Doc, this is Mr. Barton. I'd like to report that the Paradise Massage Parlor, that disgusting den of lust and flesh, is back in business.
You sure?
Sure. The number's 555-7447.
I appreciate your call, sir.
Just trying to be a good citizen.
Our table's ready.
Good.
The number's 555-7447. I appreciate your call, sir. Just trying to be a good citizen.
You better tell Bree. I'll use her private line. There's no answer.
Maybe she's gone home.
No, she told me Fine had her working the late shift.
Business is booming. Paradise Massage. Your body in our hands is money in the bank.
That's very clever.
Thank you. We think so.
I understand business is good.
We're not complaining.
Look, I'll get right to the point. I'm known on the street as Doc. Maybe you've heard of me.
I think I have, yes.
And you know why I'm calling.
Yes, I think so.
Look, I'd like to see you prosper without any interference from the police. In fact, I'd like to see us both prosper.
Well, that's very democratic of you.
I think $200 a week, cash, would do very nicely.
Seems like a reasonable figure.
Good. Now, there's a deserted building on the corner of 8th and Grand. And just at the entrance of that building, there's a red trash container. We put the cash in an envelope, put it under that container. A couple of my associates will pick it up. Do you understand?
Yes, $200 in cash under the trash container. I'll be there in 15 minutes. I don't want any trouble.
You'll be hearing from me.
Oh, sorry. I'm Sergeant Duncan. I'm just in town to pick up a prisoner. This S. Duncan, that couldn't be Sabrina.
Yeah, it would.
You're kidding.
No, is she a relative?
Close. Ex-wife.
You from Phoenix?
No, I'm on assignment in Santa Barbara for a couple of months. I can hardly believe she's back.
Back?
Yeah, we used to work together before we split up, and she and the two other girls went to work for Charlie Townsend.
You mean Townsend Investigations?
Oh, yeah. Oops. I guess I shouldn't have said anything, huh? Hey, she's a good cop. And I know a lot of guys don't like to have an ex-private detective working in their department.
No, not at all. She told me all about it. She said that she worked with,
Kelly Garrett, Joe Monroe.
Yeah, those names sound familiar.
Yeah. What'd you think I came from Phoenix for?
A bad guess.
Ah, I see. Well, is she coming back today?
Tomorrow.
All right, well, I guess I'll give her a call before I leave town if I get her. Hey, listen, thank you.
Okay, I'll tell her you drop by.
Yeah, do that. Bye-bye.
Sabrina Duncan's a plant.
Well, you sure?
She's working me. Her friend Kelly's got you and Barton wired. That's why she showed up at the academy.
Ah, the Paradise reopening, that new management. A setup.
You're getting it, kid. And I checked City Hall. Charlie Townsend arranged the paperwork, pulled all the strings. And Duncan's ex-husband says she and Kelly, they work with a third lady, Jill Monroe. So she's liable to be floating somewhere through this.
Barton's with Garrett right now at a restaurant called Devereaux's.
Well, get to him. Tip him. And then bring the girl, bring her to that place we used at the drop last month.
Well, what about Duncan?
I'll take care of Miss Sabrina Duncan.
Hi, Coach.
Hiya. Want to go chase some bad guys?
You got something?
Yeah, I got something.
No luck.
At what time were Fine's associates supposed to pick up the money you planted under the barrel?
Fine didn't mention any particular time.
Sure feel a lot better when Kelly and Sabrina know we've got Fine, Barton, and Miller nailed. Listen, I'm gonna go try and find them, okay?
Okay, stay in touch.
I will. Kelly, what a nice surprise. I'd love to sit down. How have you been?
Well, Jill, yes, sit down.
I will.
What is going on?
We got Barton and Miller wired. Lieutenant Fine, no less.
Fine? Are you sure?
He called. We make the first drop. They make the pickup. They go down. Hi.
Hello.
I just ran into a friend.
Yeah, me too. Kelly.
Hi. Oh, John Barton, Ted Miller, Jill Monroe.
Hi.
Jill. Yeah, lovely name. You got good taste in friends, Kelly.
I'll second that.
Ah, you two could turn a girl's head.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Listen, got an idea. We were just about to pay the tab and split, so why don't we make it a foursome? Go out, have a few laughs.
Yeah, hey, great idea, great idea. I gotta stop first, though, and pick something up. Very important. It'll only take a couple minutes. What are you, game?
Why not?
Okay.
Terrific, great.
Are you sure? Okay. Just keep trying to page her and call me back. Charlie?
How's it going?
It isn't going, Charlie.
What do you mean?
5 minutes ago, Sabrina's ex-husband called me.
From Santa Barbara?
From here. He came to town to pick up a prisoner, and he ran headfirst into Sabrina's cover story.
What the devil are you talking about?
He walked over to Sabrina's office. He saw her nameplate, and then he started asking questions of Fine.
Oh, that's bad. Aren't you trying to warn her?
Charlie, I had her paged with no luck, and one of Fine's men thinks he saw Sabrina and Fine leaving together. Now, Charlie, we have trouble. Big trouble.
You mind telling me where we're going?
Good question. You're halfway between yesterday's dreams and tomorrow's nightmares. Where the hell are you going?
You read that somewhere, right?
Yeah. I wish I'd said it.
Oh, you just did.
Yeah, I did, didn't I?
Come on in here. I want to show you something. You're not going to need your purses. There's nobody around here.
This isn't the right drop we've been made.
When we get to the door.
You take that one.
Here.
Gee, Coach. Something I said?
I liked all your moves, kid. Really. I just been zigging and zagging in the gutter so long that...
You got some on you, huh?
Would you believe me if I said I was sorry?
Sure. You're the coach?
You're not gonna make it easy, are you?
Not by a damn sight.
Drop the gun, Lieutenant. Drop it.
I told him. Your credentials are too good to ignore. You know why.
The ambulance. Just go with it.
Okay. Oh. Oh, yeah.
Isn't that good?
Mm-hmm.
And now give me this arm.
Oh. Now give it back, would you, please?
Didn't that feel good?
Oh, yes. Oh,
Okay,
yes.
this is a good one. Now just go with it.
Okay.
Don't break his leg. Hot.
Okay, back on the bus.
Good. Okay, look. The most important thing to remember is the location of the first chakra. That's what controls the spine.
What's a chakra?
According to East Indian philosophy, there are 6 chakras. The solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the pituitary, the third eye, the base of the spine.
Which has to do with one's sexuality.
Right.
How do you know that?
Well, I dated an East Indian tennis player. That's all they ever talked about.
I knew an East Indian woman once. All she ever talked about was her apple chutney.
Can we get back to the chutney? I mean the chakra. This is very important. If one of your chakras is out of sync, you're in big trouble. Your whole body, you just don't feel good.
2 days in a massage parlor and you learned all that?
One of my customers wore a turban. It was very informative. Heavy tipper.
Charles Townsend Investigations. Hi, Charlie.
Hello, Sabrina. Angels?
Hi, Charlie.
Hi.
Hi, Charlie.
You seem a bit down in the dumps, Bosley.
Actually, I'm down on the floor, Charlie.
Whatever pleases you. Angels, I just called to tell you how proud I am of you. It was a tough assignment. You handled yourselves very well.
Thank you.
Chief Fenton is very grateful.
Well, you tell Chief Fenton to come down here and tell us himself.
Be patient, Sabrina. The chief is too old for that big an adjustment.
Will you shame him into it?
Right. How can he refuse us?
Personally, Charlie, I'm on their side.
Personally, Bosley, so am I.
What is that laughing?
Would you believe that's my plumber?
Your plumber?
Yes. She's been cleaning my pipes the last few days. You should see my electrician.